Hey guys, my name is Steve Extra, and today we got this lovely subject of what's. God, fuck! We're doing a zombie apocalypse
There's a
podcast,
subject called
guys.
Godfuck?
God,
Some good fuck.
That's what
It's
happens
when
behind
fuck, but
closed
God doesn't
altar
make you feel
doors.
guilty about it.
Alright, we're doing a
Relax.
podcast on the zombie apocalypse theme, and with me, I got all these amazing people, and I would have no idea which order you guys are going to introduce yourselves in.
Yeah, I guess I'll
let's
start. If you want me to.
let's go with the order of the top of the way people are lined up. So, Tech, you're up.
Alright, my name is Technivolt or Greg, it doesn't matter what you call me. I'm from California, the United States.
Next, be Alex.
My name's Alex. I'm from York in the United Kingdom.
Sarah.
My name's Sarah, and I'm from Liverpool in the United Kingdom.
Zach.
I'm Zach, or Darkmane on YouTube. I am from California in the United States. Same area as Tech.
Griggs, Dark.
I'm Brandon from the Worst Heroes on YouTube, and I'm from the middle of fucking nowhere, Maine.
Max.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm from Hull in the United Kingdom.
You're not from Hull.
Alright.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm Sarah, and I'm also known as Wolfcake on YouTube. There you go.
Shameless plug.
Hey man, you're up.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
Who else?
Now that I'm Adam and I'm from Robin on YouTube and I'm also from Hull.
Ooh.
Alright. Well, this is everybody we got here, and we got an amazing subject for all of you guys. We're going to be talking about the zombie apocalypse, of course, and different items and subjects in there, involving from both books, games, to strategies to the living, and much more. So you guys have a great podcast coming for you guys, and we're going to enjoy this.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So here's the subject, guys. If there was, let's start off with something basic and simple. If there was a zombie apocalypse, we're not going to go into detail just yet about what kind of zombies like that. If like the basic George A. Romero kind of zombie apocalypse happened, do you think the government would crash as quickly as it portrays in the movies?
I wouldn't say so.
I
No.
guess it would depend on something. Because I've
I'd-
tried.
It all depends on where it is. Like where the
I'd
start
say
Yeah.
since most governments have technically got a zombie plan, I'd say
Have they?
it'd be
Yeah.
under control. Yeah, I know
they use
America.
it. They use the zombie plan. In America, they use the zombie plan. It's like they use that because everyone can relate to zombies. They use it as like the general.
Yeah.
What if there's a mass disease outbreak thing, and they
Yeah.
use that, and they use zombies as like the base to like, and this is what we would do if this happened.
Yeah, there's an actual zombie protocol. Yeah, I actually
I
have a
think-
textbook somewhere.
I built
I
a
think-
city on SimCity, and the entire it was a very sound city. Everything was built up perfectly, and then it was completely destroyed by a zombie outbreak. It was completely just decimated.
So next subject is, or we're going to talk about. We talked about zombies, and so some of you guys think we would be destroyed, some of you guys won't, and that also kind of depends on what kind of zombie. I said we were going to talk really
Yeah.
much about that at the moment, but let's get into that. So we got the original zombies, the slow, I want to eat your brains kind of zombies. We also have, let's just say, the 28 days zombies. Infected by rage, not technically a zombie, they're still alive,
Yeah.
but uncontrollable and will attack and scratch anybody. And then we have the
I am Legend zombies.
I Am Legend zombies. Can't go out in the daytime, and
Oh,
Or
you
like
could
zombie
just-
vampires.
You
Vampire
could just go in
zombies.
the
they're
day.
like the Minecraft zombies.
yeah, they're like zombie-ish
The
vampires.
ones that only spawn in the night.
Yeah, and
I
then
think the 28 days later zombies would definitely have a much better time trying to take down the government than the others.
Yeah.
well,
Especially
same
the
thing
ones
with
What about
the
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 World War Z zombies?
Yeah,
Yeah, World War Z zombies.
Yeah, the swarm zombies.
Well,
They'd
any
be pretty
zombies that
difficult.
travel really fast and in the day will overthrow a government, but stuff like I Am Legend zombies and zombies that come out at night, They'd be pretty easy, I'm guessing, because I'm guessing you'd find the hive or whatever. I'm
Not
thinking of
unless
dying
the
like.
hive is so.
That's
massive.
assuming that a zombie
You have
is
to
in.
find the
Yeah.
hive, and you could get someone. You could throw all kinds of. You could add all kinds of.
Zombies, which they are zombies. They do want to eat you. They want to eat your brains, but they are fast moving as well. And so, out of all these zombies, this last one is what I actually believe would be the most lethal. And people out there say zombies are meant to be slow. They don't got high power brain function. But what I believe is because they are dead, they don't have the limitations that a living human being has.
No,
They
I
can-
They get tired from
Yeah,
running.
but they'd be still. Yeah, but zombies are basically corpses. They're rotting bodies, and I'd assume that they are.
They
Like,
don't feel pain.
still rotting away.
No,
yeah, but
they
I
wouldn't,
think they're
no.
still rotting away. I still
They
think they're
might fall
rotting
apart.
away. So if they tried to run, then their kneecaps would snap or whatever.
Well,
and
I believe that.
Well,
That's,
if you run like too fast, or
Yeah.
if you train the engine.
there's no limitations. They have no limitations.
I think there is the limitation of the rotting, but
Yes.
if it's from like a brand new zombie like it just turned, it still takes about what is it like
if it's
a few days for it to actually
Start.
enter rigor mortis.
Yeah, if it's like a freshly
Whatever
made
it is.
zombie, then
Rigor
sure.
mortis?
But I'd also agree in the sense that, like, even though their kneecaps would snap, they'd still come at you.
Yeah, because they
So I
feel no
suppose there's
pain.
still the danger.
Because you'd
It's
still have the head going.
it's the basic need to either feed or starve or whatever basic need that the infection caused and fucked with them. They're hungry or they
Yeah.
just want to kill for some reason.
That also brings
Yeah,
up
are
another
they
thing
hungry
about like
or
the,
do they want to kill? Which one?
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
this also brings up like the other idea that I just got reminded of because of like we're talking about basic needs and stuff. There's also another sort of weird semi-zombie, but not really. They're not really zombies, but they sort of act, at least in the beginning. The victims of the EMP attack from Stephen King's book Cell.
I've not read that book, so
I've not read either.
I think
Yeah,
I've
right.
heard of that. I think I've heard of that. I think I've heard of that.
It's basically what the thing did. It was some sort of specially designed electromagnetic pulse, or at least that's what the survivors of the thing assume it to be. And in the beginning, it basically just rids the person of their personality and humanity and just basically turns them into zombies where they only care, or they're basically just attacking anything that they can see moving and see as a threat. And later, it gets really confusing later on. They sort of become psychic. It's a weird book. But,
we will get into. We actually have a topic subject for books and stuff like that. We will get into that in a little bit. We were talking about zombies, and I just completely got thrown off. I have to bring up the list of my little menu we're talking about. All right, so what do you guys? What country? If there was a zombie outbreak, what country do you think, if it originated at, the outbreak originated at, would crash the government or even spread across the world faster than it would in another place?
India. Definitely India. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'd say so, because that's mostly populated. That's the biggest population, probably,
Yeah.
in the small area. Although, then you only think about China and places.
China.
So,
Yeah,
China has a really good
I'd
army.
say
though.
China.
They can help take care of that.
I'd say
I can't
China
really
or
say an
Russia.
actual place. I
No,
can't say an
Russia-
actual place. I just think because I don't know what the
What about
most.
Ukraine?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it would be like the most densely populated area. It would be like the one that would be the fastest to fall.
But then again, you have to
Okay.
think about what it's surrounded by water. In that case, then
It'd be the most
You know.
densely populated with the least technology, most probably.
Well, yeah,
the
but
big thing
if we want,
is we need-
In Africa.
going on
so-
saying about it spreading and how it spread around the world quickly, India is and China. China, I believe, is a really
I think
great
Hong
country.
Kong.
I
Hong
think
Kong,
maybe
because like the
China.
international
Maybe-
trading hub.
But I'm also thinking more of like the United States as well too, because
Yeah.
me being an American, I know how stupid our fucking country can be at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I honestly think that maybe the place like New York,
That's-
as you said,
just-
is like
just-
a really
just-
crowded place.
all right, but let me rephrase. But if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, like say in Europe, no offense to any Europeans in this group or out there, if there was a zombie apocalypse out in Europe, I can pretty much guarantee you we're gonna fucking bomb that place to get rid of
Yep.
the infection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd imagine that.
I think the big thing you need in order to be able to have it spread across the world, though, is you need a place that's got enough population to infect, but not enough parameters
it.
for stopping it. and still have all of the means to travel to other countries that are populated.
So ethical powers.
Exactly.
It has to be I reckon it has to be a country as well that doesn't have like a very good healthcare system as well.
So America, China,
densely populated it is, but I know they don't have.
The African
It's
countries
spreading
really
like
go down
that
really
one
quickly.
disease is spreading like shit down there. It's like everyone down here is
Yeah.
infected now. Like that's
So-
zombies, and then there's some people are still going down there as doctors, and some people. What's spread is what's its sleep. I forgot the actual term for like how long incubation period. How long is the incubation period of the?
let's make it
Of the
24
disease.
hours.
24
So
hours makes
basically-
it difficult, but I think that if it happens in any other country and the CDC here in the United States finds out about it, they're going to send medical personnel to try and work on it. And as we saw with the Ebola shit that happened, some of the people who come back don't team.
Yeah,
That
I
happened.
agree that the
Same what happened in Africa, just like
Sarah!
it was like a conspiracy. Sorry.
Sarah.
If it was to happen in, if it was to
Steel
happen
can't melt steel beams.
if it was to happen in a continent like Africa, then chances are countries like the United States probably wouldn't care about it until it got closer to them, and then they would start caring about it.
Or
It's like with
we'll
Ebola.
end up sending a couple guys down there and end up bringing it back to our own country, and then we'll be worried about it.
Then-
Well,
then
no,
they'll
well,
be-
if like if something, if like the
So
word
we can-
zombies or something similar to that was mentioned, then like the government might not get on it right like immediately, but like everybody else will like just like
Kind of like what
citizens will-
happened with World War Z, how nobody really believed they were zombies until they were fucking zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no
Yeah.
such oh,
They don't even use the word zombie either.
well, they eventually used the word zombie in the
No,
movie.
they
Yeah,
did.
they don't
No,
like
Yeah, they
original-
use it.
the
They use
original
it, like,
report,
8
they used
times.
the word zombie. They did the original report. If you remember from when he was talking to when the Brad Pitt was talking to the Jewish person whose name I'm forgetting right now, the prime minister did actually say that the report did actually use the Indian word for zombie.
Zombie in like the report, yeah.
All right, so back to the main point before we got off subject. We can pretty much guarantee that cities, these major cities that are highly densely populated, chaotic, and if everything went wild, it would not be able to control. So cities like probably Los Angeles, New York, Hong Kong, and maybe even Tokyo. I'm not so
Mumbai.
aware. Beijing and stuff like that. A lot of these cities, if the outbreak started there because they're so wild and trade, chances are it's pretty much going to go worldwide at that point in time.
I have sort of a tangent to go off of this, which would be if it were if the zombie apocalypse didn't start which would be more deadly for the zombie apocalypse? For it to start in a big town and like all the people there and a lot of people got infected all at once, or if the zombie apocalypse slowly spread through a whole bunch of little rural towns first
Like
and
slowly spread, I reckon.
slowly spread, and then slowly the zombies,
Well,
unbeknownst to people because they're rural towns and they don't have a lot of connection to the outside world.
Yeah, I'd
for the
imagine
most
it's slowly
part.
spreading.
that you can also don't forget about the fact that let's say we were talking about the 24 hours incubation period. They might not know they're infected. They go home, kiss their loved ones, they're infected, or blood, say bites, saliva, blood transfer, and scratching all are ways to determine transmitting infection. So with this, with the 24 hours, you can pretty much guess that people who are not going to be aware they are infected are going to spread this out like crazy before the first signs even start to show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for the incubation period, are we assuming that as soon as the incubation period, the person just drops to the floor and starts turning into a zombie, or does it slowly get like flu-like symptoms and it slowly deteriorates into the part where their mind finally just breaks and they go into full-on zombie mode?
Let's say they get sick, they keep getting sicker and sicker, depending on the severity of the transfer of it. If like 6 fucking zombies are chewing at your chest and stuff like that, pulling your intestines, because you're being exposed to the virus so much, you're going to turn quicker. That would.
That could bring up another question. Do you believe is going to be the most likely candidate for holding the zombie disease? Bacterial, viral, or
Viral.
parasite?
Yeah.
Viral.
Viral.
Bacterial.
Viral.
That's mine.
Because it can spread quickly and mutate quickly.
Yeah.
Viral, it's going to be because some dumbass scientists in some labs are trying to make either a biological warfare weapon or a cure to some kind of cancer, and it mutated and got out.
28 days later.
28 days later.
And then we refer to them as
Or the rabies from World War Z.
Yes, or H1. No, not the game H1Z1, but I forgot what it was.
Bird flu, I think.
It was bird. We got bird flu, West Nile virus.
Yeah.
And West Nile
There's
virus.
There's one, like the one I'm watching now, where they say the start of the apocalypse was brought by Wi-Fi. It mingled with everybody's molecules and made them into zombies.
Oh, we would all be fucking dead by now then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would all be dead by now.
If it transmitted via radio waves, we're dead.
Oh, everyone would, that would be a very quick zombie apocalypse. So
That would
everybody
be,
dead.
That would be.
I just got a great idea. I haven't actually seen this in the movie because how about this for a zombie apocalypse like that? Radioactive mutation from global warming, and because the global warming, our atmosphere is dwelling away and it's releasing more radiation in from the sun rays to the earth, causing mutated virus.
That could be interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting.
The people
Well,
that
I mean,
visit Antarctica first, those would be the first to go. Probably. There's a giant whole nose on there over there. So
That's a little too close to the Maze Runner, for my opinion, though.
We could also say, if that were the case, we would know that everyone at the equator would be the first ones to turn,
Yeah.
because that gets the most direct sunlight.
It can spread quickly, and depending on the conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
UK
people up
would
in
be
like,
fine because the weather's shit.
and then there's the people up in like
We're
Alaska
fine.
where there's like,
We're fine.
We're
We're fine. We don't even know what the sun is.
Yeah.
Then there's us in California. Huh. There's too much of it.
Okay. We've got this subject down so far, and the next subject I would like to cover is what are some items, equipments, if there was, say there's a zombie apocalypse and it's been going on for about 6 months. Equipment and items and scavenging are low because the people who are survived are already raiding everything. What are some items you guys would need to find to possibly survive, or things you need to be worried about other than the infected to use to
I think
survive?
the first
We
thing
need
you
to
have
think
to
about
worry
it.
about is finding a steady source of food. The first
Oh,
thing,
yes.
steady source of food and a clean source of water. Those
You
are the
need
two.
a
If you don't
weapon
have
as well.
those two things, you're screwed. No matter what weapons you have.
And fire
Yep.
and
You need a
shotgun.
weapon at least to stun them, to kill them, if not stun them.
I would actually avoid guns and all
No,
that.
but-
But then
Because
if I
they
was in
attract
England,
attention.
yeah,
Right,
if I was in
if you
England,
do-
obviously being in England since we don't have any guns, it'd be quite easy. But not guns, not anything that attracts a loud sound. So I'd probably stick with like bows,
Melee
knives,
weapons.
daggers.
Yeah, but if you do have a gun and you don't have any ammo, just take the butt of the gun off and use that as a club.
Yeah, but not enough to like,
Something to either stun them, just keep them at a distance from you, or if you need
Or like
to.
use things to distract them. Or
Well, I mean, we're
Like
talking
the
about ones
urgent-
where you have to.
Whole bunch of change in the
Yeah.
can.
I would see to having a gun in that situation wouldn't be for being taking care of the zombies. It would be for keeping yourself safe from other people. Because
Yes.
Yeah.
in a situation like that, anarchy is going to reign, and no matter how good-hearted you are, there's a good chance
There's
the
going to be
person coming
a
up to
good
you
chance
is.
that there's like 500 assholes. For every good person in the zombie apocalypse, there's going to be like 500 assholes.
Everybody's
we're
at
going to
home.
be like cannibals as well.
There's
perhaps.
going to be there
Yeah.
probably are going to be out there cannibals. There's going to be people out there also want to steal your shit, and there's also going to be people out there going to be total fucking asshole. Oh, you have a woman? I'm going to make that woman mine for that. And you know what? Maybe torture
Yeah.
killer. Who knows?
You sound like
They're
my
just
brother now.
Bye, Sarah.
That's why we gotta stick together, guys.
That's why we
It's
got
not,
rid
a
of Heather.
woman, I'm not.
That's why we
It's
gotta-
not a woman's world. The zombie apocalypse is it?
That's why we got rid of Heather. She was
It's
always
not really
the biggest
anybody's
issue.
world. The only person that actually has any power in the zombie apocalypse is the person that has the most weapon training and the most survivability skills. If you can't, yeah.
Hey, girls.
Hey,
I'm gonna go drink my own piss.
I've seen some women mess up some men real quickly. I would not count off women. If worst case
I wouldn't
scenario,
know. No, definitely not. No.
All right, working as a head bouncer, I can tell you this much: I would much rather throw out the guy who's as tall as me, 6'4" or more, and weighs 300 pounds, than the scrappy little 5 foot tall, 100-pound woman who's drunk because she will destroy me.
I absolutely agree.
Honestly, women are not to be underestimated.
Yeah, I could imagine like a girl like in terms of like sex could probably like appeal in that sense and betray someone, to get information or whatever. Yeah. So I suppose in that sense they're a bit more sneaky than guys who would probably be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
They'd be more straightforward. They'd be like, "Give me your shit, or I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
Do you guys?
And then the girl would try and seduce the person if they're a male. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this," and then once they have their back turned, you slice their throat, steal their shit.
Yeah, because I think women appeal to human nature, which is sex, isn't it? Really, so it probably would be easier for a girl to get around.
Sarah, can you do me a favor? During the apocalypse, can you just stay in my view? I don't want you behind me.
That also does raise another question, since like the human nature about having it just food, water, and sex for like the three basic human needs. If the virus is shelter. Yeah, shelter. So, I mean, water, food, shelter, and sex, reproducing. If the virus got rid of all the basic cognitive things, except for the things that humans were base instincts to survive, would zombies be having sex?
No.
And then what, having zombie babies? That's just creepy.
Dawn of the day.
Like, would they have, like, not actually having it, but would they have a drive to do it, like the instinctual drive to do it?
I don't think. I think it's going to be like more basic.
Well, it depends on their appetite, of course.
I think for zombies, I think they're so focused on eating that all the other basic instincts kind of are thrown out the window.
When you become a zombie, you still like male and female.
Zombie Viagra.
Okay, I have a next subject that kind of goes on par with this one.
Revive your dead one.
So warm bodies would probably contradict
if your
that.
zombie stays erect for more than 4 hours, please consult a shotgun.
Okay, guys, hold up. I actually have the next subject that kind of goes along with this one. Like we're talking about. Shut the hell up. It's more of the concerns and well-beings of infections of the living, which means like diseases or infections. If you get a cut that's not from a zombie, you have to worry about like it turning green and rotting away. Medicine, the location of medicine, if not able to find medicine, find items out there that you can be used for as medicine. What are your guys' opinions on this?
I'm gonna save this next question, but I think that a medicine would be very important. And like, if you can't find medicine, you're always gonna be, and you see someone get. I think the smartest thing to do would just be to find medicine first thing. That way, if something does happen, you're prepared instead of having to wait until something bad does actually happen.
Yep.
I suppose if the zombie apocalypse started and you were in your house, you could probably gather all the medical supplies there. But I wouldn't be so sure to go straight to a pharmacy, because I'd imagine that's the first place everyone would go, and probably most of the zombies might be.
Yeah.
Depending on depending on like what's happened. Like, I'm sure perhaps in the first like few hours of the apocalypse you could possibly get to a pharmacy, but like if you were like an hour, if you were like a year or so into the zombie apocalypse,
there'd be nothing
I just
there.
wouldn't bother.
At that point in time, scavenging medicine is probably invalid.
You would have to go. You would have to stop using prescription medications and all that stuff, and you'd have to hope that your library would still be intact, and it would still have one of the herbal medicine remedy books that teach you how to do like medieval stuff.
Like,
and also this. You go, Trey.
Oh, I was just saying, like where I live right now, we have a lot of willow trees around here, and the cool thing about willow trees is if you actually eat the bark of a willow tree, it's a pain reliever, and it's a little bit stronger than Tylenol. So
that tastes terrible.
That's interesting.
Absolutely terrible.
Take it with sugar.
When it comes to survival, I'm pretty sure the two things that go right out the window are how often you shower and how much you care.
Probably smell you better.
Yep.
Depending on whether the senses are good. And
but that would then
to be honest, like I think the best way is to smell like a zombie, really. Like, when you have these people who cover themselves in zombie entrails to camouflage. So it's probably best to smell like a zombie than.
But what if you're
Human
wearing
being.
what if you're wearing these zombie entrails and you get a cut on your arm?
Then you're screwed.
That's
Yeah, that's one of the
You're
True,
screwed
basically.
then, yeah.
It's nice to know.
That's one of the problems I've always had when a movie or anything ever depicted someone as surviving by sneaking through with the zombie guts and stuff all over them is it's liquid on your body. Wouldn't it just soak in through
Go
your
in your
pores for a
pores.
short amount of time?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'd
actually,
imagine-
I think the only way that you. I
Where
think
does it?
the best way to do with the zombie entrails is if you get one of those. You know how Halloween you have those full body morph suit things.
yeah.
You'd have
Yeah.
to be wearing one of those before you
Who
put
has
the
that in
things
the
on.
apocalypse?
In the
I
Walking
actually
Dead.
know I know quite a few people in my hometown that have morph suits.
Hey, what
In the-
about
in the
full
Walking
body
Dead,
chain
I
they,
ain't
armor?
judging you, man.
in the Walking Dead, they do successfully walk through a horde just by putting on their clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they get discovered at like the very end, don't they?
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah,
it
but it's
rains.
only because the rain came. But otherwise, they were doing okay.
Fucking weather.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that, well, in The
Damn
Walking
you,
Dead, that
Thor.
the blood doesn't matter. But if it was a 28 days later universe, putting blood on you wouldn't be advised. Unless
Yeah.
it's on your shirt.
And like
or-
This
This
is
is 28 days later. I
They-
wouldn't want to walk through them anyway. They'd run faster than me anyway. I'm fast.
Yeah. And the whole thing, like with World War Z, the only reason why they can tell if you're infected or not is because if you have the virus or not. They can sense the virus in each other. And that's why if they don't sense the virus in you, they come after you. That's what's the deal with the 28
Yeah.
But they don't
Yeah,
sense a
But that you're
virus in
fucked,
you.
obviously, aren't you?
Because remember, the whole thing with is they sensed viruses in other people, and that's why they didn't attack them. Anyways, this also going back to the original statement for this one
Oh.
section of this session about like what medicine and stuff. This is something I've been asking a bunch of kids around my school, and Technivolt knows this. Which do you think is going to be more valuable as like a trading thing? Assuming you're able to find other peaceful humans, which one is going to be more valuable as trading? Ammunition and weapons, or medicine?
medicine.
Medicine.
I
Don't forget-
probably
or
think
food.
medicine above ammunition and weapons, but I also think that certain things that would just boost people's morale, like alcohol, would also be a very good trade.
Alcohol, comfort.
Yeah, and the thing,
Weed.
the thing with most
Comforts.
weapons,
Weed.
weapons is that you can make
Weed.
them most of them yourself. So
Yeah.
I don't need
And
to
I'm pretty
make
sure
one.
there's going to be a lot of
provided.
people that they see the opportunity where they can get drunk. They're going to be like, "Here, have a shotgun. I'm going to go get smashed for the night and forget that this whole thing's happening."
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they walk out into the horde and like while they're drunk, and they start yelling at the zombies for making a loud noise.
Quiet down, you're too loud up there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. They can do that.
I mean, you're drunk, you won't feel it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Guys,
right.
really
We're on
quick,
pause. Hold up, we're on pause.
really quick for a moment. Heather's come back.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to
No,
say.
no.
No,
Yeah.
she's a zombie. Kill her.
In fact, yeah. We got to
Heather.
No.
No,
You know what?
use a
Heather's
zombie.
missed out. We're already about halfway through the podcast. We can bring her in another one. I do apologize. She came in late. We rushed things a little bit early, but we can come in late. We'll do another podcast next week or something. Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's interesting.
I just had this great. All right. So if there was a zombie outbreak, let's say of the levels of the original concept we discovered, they can run, but they don't feel pain. It takes 24 hours. If the infection started in a really popular area with not a lot of protection, and it was able to spread a lot. Say a year has passed or 2 years passed. Do you with the survivors or outwitting it? Would there be a zombie apocalypse?
For a time,
Well, if
yes.
2 years is Technivolt.
For a time, yes. But then, like, if the zombies start going away, then like people are gonna start coming out and kill each other for like supplies, and so like the whole population of the survivors is gonna go down. Well, could go down, and if they don't start killing each other for the supplies, then you have a chance of actually surviving it.
Yeah, he brings up a very good point. I mean, if
And coming back.
it depends. Like, are the zombies going to be able to continue to survive after that amount of time? If not, going at each other just to be able to survive. All they've known for the last 2 years is surviving, and anything else is bad. And
Anything, we were going to
Hello,
invite
Heather.
you, but you weren't here, and now we're halfway through. It's a little too late. All right, no, everybody be quiet.
I'm sorry.
Heather?
Well, I'm Heather Fitzpatrick, my channel name, and I'm from London.
Nice to meet you,
It's
Heather.
another girl.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
she
We're not
survived
going to
the
have to
zombies
resort
after
to
we
incest
Heather
to survive.
Heather
We've
survived.
already
Dun,
made,
dun,
we've already made the
dun.
point clear. We've already made the point clear that women might be very important in
Yeah.
the zombie.
and
Yes.
evil.
We've covered
And
quite a
evil.
few subjects. We're about
And
halfway
evil.
through
How would
now.
we be evil?
You just
Sarah brought up some good
Seduction.
points.
Hey, Heather,
Magic.
Heather,
That is
go back and watch the beginning part of the podcast when it's posted, and you will understand yourself. Plus,
Okay.
plus, it gets us views.
I have a feeling what I've said will probably get some like
Yes.
feminists going like, "Oh my god, she's talking about sex. Girls only can do sex." Ooh.
Oh, trust me,
Very
if we
true,
were all
guys,
to
very
survive a zombie apocalypse, I can pretty much guarantee at least one of us are getting our butt stretched.
Oh,
Not me.
That's a
Giggity
new
you.
one.
I vote Zach.
Yep, same here. I second that.
Zach, you're a very pretty boy.
Volunteers after you.
Hey, you gotta buy me dinner first.
We're having a
Oh,
bullet
I'll
head
definitely get you some meat to eat.
zombie. Oh, I didn't know. My bad.
Oh, man.
Head.
I see what you did there.
So, all right, now that we talked about kind of a zombie apocalypse and what we could do to survive, and what kind of zombies are out there, what would be some good strategies to surviving the zombie apocalypse?
Not
Hey,
like
See it and
I'm not just short term, like day one outbreak, but also
I think it
to years of survival.
Group
What
work.
strategies?
I think it depends on
Anything that
the
involves
type of
group
zombies
work.
we've got, to be honest.
That's true.
But I've
Trust no
already
one.
I already had this idea that like
you
staying
gotta
put
trust
until
people
you
to stay alive. Max.
yeah, we
I
already.
reckon like staying put, like it depends on like what if you've got like a fence around your house or like a really good like fence that no one can climb over.
Or you just
Yeah,
get a bunch
I
of
mean,
treadmills
I
and
would
hook it up
imagine-
to a
again, it-
generator.
I mean it depends on the type of zombie, but I'd imagine staying put until you get a grasp, if that would be possible, of the situation. Or like look around your house, do like a check your stock, your inventory, look around for any weapons, perhaps board up your windows, and yeah, that's
But
probably
the aim
what I
would
would
be
do.
not to make too much noise. Because if you didn't make too much noise, then you attract attention to yourself.
Yeah.
I think for
Let me
me,
get my
the most-
power
But,
tools
but,
to
but,
get my-
but at the
my
start,
boards on my window.
My-
but at the start, you wouldn't be so bad worrying. You wouldn't have to worry about noises at the start because at the start everyone's screaming, running around, panicking.
Yeah.
So you've kind of
Right.
got
And
that.
cars are crashing, things
If
are
you're-
burning.
Yeah.
if
So
you're able
you
to
can
Just
use
do
that.
no field beam.
Yeah, you can use that time to close up your windows. Obviously, it depends
Assuming
if
you have
people's.
plywood laying around.
Yeah, and well, you'd probably like use something like wood from like a table or something. But it's also assuming that random people aren't just going to take the opportunity to rob your house.
Yeah.
Toss a few dead bodies into your neighbor's yard and make
I
them go
really do
first.
wonder how fast that would actually take. How long people would take in general to, like, revert from civilized human being to.
I mean, if-
Same thing, sure.
Oh,
But if you're like,
almost overnight, guaranteed.
yeah, but I suppose if you're like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
a prep, like a doomsday prepper, or
Sure.
you know, like you're prepared for things like this. I suppose.
And that
you probably
brings-
would.
Yeah, and that's correct. And that brings up another thing about that. If you're able to initially survive the first 4 days of the outbreak, you got a pretty decent chance of figuring out what you need to do to survive. It's that first 4 days where everything's all hell's gone loose, everything's up in the air, anybody's done. It's practically pure fucking luck if you survive those first 4 days. After that,
Yeah.
it's all on you.
The one key that you could do to help survive the first 4 days: stay away from heavily populated areas.
Oh yeah.
But if you live in heavily
Yeah,
populated
stick to
areas,
the countryside,
Get
and I'd
the-
avoid forests.
Like, get the
as well.
hell out.
I'm gonna be fucked then if there's a zombie apocalypse.
that's the problem. Everybody
That's why
else
I'm
is now.
glad.
Well, Max,
Everybody
else
Max,
has got
you
the
and
same
I
idea.
would be pretty fine. They wouldn't bother coming to Hull.
I guess.
So then
I
would-
guess
so then
living
would
in the
everyone
fucking
go- So, but then would
in
be the
dark. I
first.
guess.
would be the first would the first thing anyone would do the first thing you would do then would to drive to like the countryside or something rather than stay put.
Yeah.
There's less supplies, isn't there?
But then again, I suppose what you can say against that is perhaps that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, so you get more
And
people in
then-
countries than there is in country.
Yeah, and like I was trying to say, if you're living in a heavily populated, let's say New York, if the outbreak happens, say a day or so into it, everybody's gonna have the same idea to get the fuck out. We lost someone.
We lost Robin.
He's gone. He's one of them.
No.
No.
No!
Alright, so, well, like I'm saying, everybody's
That
gonna get
sounded
the idea.
like a cat having a stroke.
I just want to make a quick
Cats
point.
having strokes.
I want to make a quick point about the thought of being in the countryside or whatever. Is the zombie outbreak that we're thinking of? Are the wildlife infected or are they safe? Because that would
I
be.
think the question is, are they able to be infected?
Yeah.
I think, let's say the wildlife is safe, but unless if the wildlife eats something that is infected, it doesn't become infected, but it carries the infection inside its cells, almost like a host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think it would have
Resident
carried
Evil.
So therefore, never eat raw meat.
If it's assuming it's a virus, assuming the zombie disease is a virus, it'll have to, in order to infect humans, it'll have had to have mutated to specifically infect humans.
Yes. And
So it wouldn't be actually able to be infect other animals, but
Of
they'd
course,
be able
it's
to
like
carry it.
rabies or something like which can be passed from animal to
Yeah.
most
human.
animals are already
Unless it's
run
something-
on
yeah.
basic instinct already, though. So that's the thing. If a zombie's run on basic instincts, animals already practically run on basic instincts. It's not really going to do much difference of how animals actually act already.
Possibility they have to actually spread the disease, though.
It might make them more aggressive, but otherwise, the animals would be still like that.
Well, the problem would be is the animals are a source of food when you go out into the countryside and rural areas. Like where I am, I'm near the coast, so I could do with fish. I'm also surrounded by lots of wooded areas and very low population, so there's not going to be a lot of zombie population here to start with unless something wanders in. And it's just like, will I be able to still be able to go after the meat of animals that are in the area or not? That's going to be the biggest worry for someone who's out in an area like that.
I suppose the first, but then you'd have to check. I suppose would be the
You would,
thing. If
you'd
it's
have to,
bitten,
like,
then it's best not risk it.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, for example, even if the bite's on the leg, don't bother
True.
cutting the leg off. Just
very
leave
true.
the whole thing.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. Hello?
What?
No?
Oh,
Hello?
I thought I lost everybody for a moment there. God damn.
No, we all got quiet.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to the next subject. We've talked about zombies and what will happen. Let's talk about our favorite zombie movies.
Oh,
Ooh, love
Zombieland. Zombieland.
Zombieland. Oh,
Zombieland,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
It's my
Zombieland.
favourite. Hello, the Twinkies. Come on, people.
Zombieland was a step forward in zombie movies.
And then they had to make it an Amazon Prime TV show.
Oh god, that movie doesn't even exist in my mind. It's gone.
I've not even watched it. I heard it was shit, and I was just like, no.
No, you haven't watched it because it doesn't fucking
No.
exist. It's not Zombieland.
Okay.
I suppose if it counts as a movie, like if you put all the episodes together, because technically it's like a episode after episode thing. But there's a brilliant show called Dead Set, which comes on every Halloween in the UK, and it's set on it's what's happening is there's like the big brother's happening and typical things happen and people get evicted and whatever, and as that's happening the zombie apocalypse happens and the only place that they can run to is the Big Brother house. And it's such a brilliant TV show or film, whatever, it depends on how you watch it. And the
Yeah,
ending
just
is
send me a
absolutely
copy of
fantastic
it.
as well.
Have
Yeah,
I never heard of you?
And we can always count for The Walking Dead too. Nobody
Yeah.
really needs to go into The Walking Dead because I could pretty much.
Oh, that goes without saying.
We've all pretty
Yeah.
much seen The Walking Dead, so
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead was the first zombie film I've seen.
That
I
was
got-
awesome.
I have I'm pointing to the left if you guys can't see, but I have Resident Evils. I have all of them. I have Warm Bodies.
Oh, I'm so
I have-
sorry you wasted your money.
Oh god, it looks like I'm turning into a zombie. My temperature's gone up to 99.7.
Dude, I've been totally this past like 3 weeks buying zombie movies like crazy. I have been.
I've been watching.
Should we
non-stop.
count The Corpse Bride as a zombie movie?
Oh, it's an animated one.
Yeah, I guess so. They're dead.
Well, technically, if you want to go about that route, should we count The Last of Us as a zombie movie? Because it's practically like a movie with all the scenes and shit.
Or Left 4 Dead 2.
I haven't played The Last of Us.
Left 4 Dead 2 actually plays like a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yes, you do. You really need to play The Last of Us.
I have The
I
Last
also
of
heard
Us.
no, but the thing is about The Last of Us, they are actually making a movie for it.
Oh, I know.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
hear
that is how we're gonna get zombies. It's gonna be
the
the
girl-
mushrooms.
Yeah,
Guess who they're hiring for the
The
movie?
shrooms.
I know the girl who plays Arya from Game of Thrones is meant to be the girl in it.
well, no,
Played
that's
Ellie.
Arius
I know.
for getting
Uh,
Arius screwed for getting zombie.
yeah. I was gonna be like, guess who's not going to be hired for the Last of Us movie? Ellen
Me.
Page.
Oh my god, yes.
At
Ellen
least they're
Page,
getting Neil Druckmann to help direct it.
Ellen Page is the actress who Ellie character was
sold.
based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just throwing that one out there. And the
Really?
older version of Joel was actually supposed to be based off kind of like Liam Neeson.
Oh.
Really?
I wonder
And
haven't
what that
seen
would
much
actually be.
of,
I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see Nia. I can't say his name right now. I kind of want to see him play Joel in the movie.
Yeah, that would actually be cool.
That would be cool.
I-
I haven't seen much of Last of Us because I do want to get it at some point. But, you know, I've been trying really hard not to watch any of the gameplay of it because I want to experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do that, then you might as well get an Elgato gaming recorder and record the actual first time experience. That would be good for your channel, man.
Yeah.
And play it on grounded mode.
Oh, that's what I did. The first thing I did was I put it on the hardest freaking difficulty there was.
That way, it actually feels like a zombie apocalypse.
Oh.
Okay, we've covered movies now, and we're already practically basically into games. What
Yeah.
are some of our favorite and most hated zombie games out there, guys?
Both
Walking
of the
Dead.
same thing, DayZ.
Here's sort of an underground one that I found about through YouTube through this one person that I watched, the Sargon of Akkad. He's making a zombie game that's sort of different. It's called Necromancer.
Ooh.
Instead of playing the hero that goes against the zombies, you play as a person that controls it's like a strategy game, and you control the zombies instead. Like place different types of zombies on the board and do
Is
it
it-
like that.
Is it going to be is it going to be a board game, or is it going to be
It's a video game. It's a video game.
over the top third person shooter, kind of like Halo?
It's not. No, it's not. It's not like a. It's not a shooter game. It's a strategy game. It's sort of a board video game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I
so
think
you're
it's-
saying that it's like a tactics strategy game.
Yeah, kind of like I was saying.
Yeah, that's
kinda
what I'm
like Halo
thinking.
Wars or something.
Yeah, Halo.
On the Wii U, there is Zombie.
Zombie U.
Which
I
is,
love
there is
that.
Oh, yeah.
I've
there
never
is actually
one-
a game mode where
My
you
one-
place down zombies, and then
Yeah.
one person places down, the other person tries to fight them. I think that's a really
My one
it's a good
complaint-
idea, but
It was yeah. But my one complaint about that game is that it was the advertisements had a better version of the game than the actual game itself.
oh yeah, the game's actually
Dead
crap.
Island.
You guys
Well,
would
the game isn't crap. It's
Dead
crap
Island's
when you
hard.
compare it to the advertisements.
I completed the Wii out of my life after they announced that Bayonetta 2 was exclusively for the Wii, so after that I was pissed. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. But we also have like the new game like Dying Light. Dying Light is, what do you guys' opinion? I think it's bloody awesome and amazing. I
I
can't.
haven't
Oh,
played it
yeah.
yet because I have no
yeah,
money.
no, it's
Same here.
absolutely
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
broke.
I like
Same
open
here.
world games anyway, so
Yeah, they're-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Like
fun.
because Dying Light, for those of you who do not know who Dying Light is, why the fuck are you watching this podcast in the first hardcore parkour? Every time
Actually, didn't release it at the time when they did things.
Considerably.
and I really like Dead Island, and I gotta
do.
say that's
I
one
don't
of the
know
reasons
if
that I
Dead
really
Island
want to get
ripped
Dying
I
Light.
thought it was
don't know if
okay.
Dead
Dead
Island-
Island 2 is coming out, guys.
I don't know if Dead
Yeah.
Island.
Is it
ripped
really?
Island
They have how many other types of games has Dead Island made other than the Dead Island? Because I see like
There's Dead Island,
Riptide.
there's Dead Island Riptide, and then there is a
Riptide.
mobile
I
game
don't-
called
I don't
Dead
know-
Island
I don't know-
something.
I don't know about everyone else, but I didn't really find.
It's Dead Island
Riptide
Epidemic.
good.
Yeah, Dead
Yeah,
Island
which is
Riptide.
a really stupid. It's a MOBA, and
It's over the top game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but,
I
Dead Island Riptide
I
should have
always
just been
thought that
PS.
they should have kept back. They should have not released it when they did, and kind of they should have gone over it a bit more because
Yeah,
there were
it
still
wasn't
things there
great.
that I thought needed to
Right.
be a bit more.
More polished.
What about what's
Yeah.
your guys' opinion on the newest zombie in the zombie franchise? Which one's you guys? Not a damn thing.
Exactly.
I couldn't
You see
hear
the
you.
tumbleweed flying across the screen.
Sorry. What is your guys' opinion on the newest game in the zombie franchises, H1Z1?
I'll
It's
wait until.
unfinished.
I have
It
not
looks
played that
unfinished. I think it's unfinished.
It is in alpha. It's not even in beta.
Yeah.
It is in alpha. But for the fact
Yeah,
that
you can buy to get into it, but it's going to be free when it comes out. And frankly, I want to see one of those zombie survival games like DayZ and H1Z1 actually get done and released.
Yeah.
Because seeing them in development, it's like, yeah, this is good, but I want to see the final product. I want to see what it's going to be. That's when I want to be able to look at it and go, this is what I think about the game. Until then, it's like, who knows? They could just give up and, leave their company and go work on another project. DayZ.
That actually happened with a non-zombie game. It was like a city builder game. It was incredible. I didn't buy it, but it wasn't SimCity. It was an indie game. It was the first game to get Steam greenlit at it was before early access and it was half finished. And the developer just gave up on it and left after taking everybody's money.
oh,
Wow.
That's so
That's
bad.
just bad.
And they gave it to someone else, and then when the person found out, oh crap, this thing is half finished, and then he just I'm slowly trying to learn this person's code to finish this thing up, but I don't really know what's gonna happen.
Reminds
So it's
me-
basically a dead game.
There's a particular vampire game. I can't remember the particular name of it. It's pretty good, like at the start, but then it just tails off towards the end. But overall,
It's like Bloody Rain or something like that. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain.
No, it's like Bloody
Bloody
Rain.
Rain.
It's not Blood Rain. It's or something like that. It's like Blood Rain. 3.
Bloodlines.
I had this game on the Xbox, and it was the Xbox 360, and it was a cheapo game, right? God, it's bugging me. We're not talking about
Alex, did you
vampires.
say
We're not talking about
No,
that.
not vampire. Yeah, I went off topic there. That's not bad.
Alright.
I was just curious, Alex. You said Bloodlines. Are you talking about the Vampire the Masquerade game?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we talked about that, are there any zombie books out there you guys appreciate? We gotta.
I like the
wrap
original,
this up quickly too, you guys.
We'll
So
see.
Yeah,
World War Z.
the World War Z book is really good.
Yeah, that's not good.
I have this particular favorite series. It's called The Remaining, and
Right, go on.
it's about this guy. He's practically military, but what he does is whenever there's an incident in the United States, like say the incident with North Korea where everything was getting escalated and they think they might have bombed us, he would go down in a bunker, and every day in the bunker, his superiors would contact him, and then they'd eventually tell him it's safe to come up. But if they didn't contact him for longer than 48 hours, his mission would activate, and he'd have to go out there and try to recreate government and society and stuff like that. But this happens with a zombie apocalypse, though.
Right.
He doesn't.
Ah.
Yeah, and there's 4 books. The 5th one's being made, and it's personally, I think it's an amazing book. Anybody else got any?
In fact, I do. I saw a
Count
book
the White
a few
Walkers from
days
Game of
ago.
Thrones.
No.
Yeah.
No.
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 No?
No.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Are we counting the White Walkers from Game of Thrones as zombies?
No.
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 They can think. They strategy. They're not zombies. They're
But they're undead. They are dead.
so
people.
technically, so are skeletons and vampires.
Yeah.
Ah,
Are we gonna count the Draugr from Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls?
Yes.
Yep, okay, I guess so.
no?
No. What? Oh.
I don't know.
Well, they do attack whatever they see. They sit there and rest until they see something.
That's it.
It's debatable. Marking it as debatable.
Leave it up to debate.
What about all like the monsters and stuff in Dark Souls, like Nito and all that?
They're not
You know what I
zombies.
noticed? You know what I actually noticed? When we were talking about games, nobody brought up the Walking Dead game from Telltale.
No.
Oh, I
that goes
love
back.
that
I don't like it.
game.
So good.
That was a game?
Yeah.
It's a game, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
I
so good.
Telltale.
I really want to get season 2 of it.
I have got
thought-
season 2.
I thought it was a way to torture people over in Guantanamo
good.
Bay.
Aw.
Oh, I
Wait, are you talking about the Telltale Walking Dead or the Walking Dead video game that
The Wa-
was
no,
absolutely
Survival
great?
Instinct.
I'm talking about the Walking Dead one, but I was making people trying to think I was talking about the Telltale. I played the first episode of the first season. Other than that, I haven't really touched it, though.
Sadly, I liked the story from The Walking Dead season 1 better than The Walking Dead TV show, which is sad.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
The Walking
I
Dead show was good. Now it's getting a little...
Repetitive.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm still
everything
waiting
else
for
in this
season
genre.
5. It's starting to get a bit more like interesting. Like I think ever since season 2, everyone's kind of been a bit so with The Walking Dead and probably in fear that season 2 would happen again, which was basically just nothing happening. With
Well, yeah, that and the only reason why they keep going back is they don't know who the fuck's safe in the show or not.
yeah.
They don't know who's gonna die or not.
Yeah.
I'm like Game of Thrones.
For those of you people who read the graphic novel or the comics like that, you're not safe either. Andrew was supposed to live, bitches.
Yeah. Andrea's Andrea.
Supposed to live.
Yeah, Andrea's with Rick now in the comic books, right? I
Right.
think. And Rick has one hand.
Yep.
Thanks to the
Spoiler
government.
alerts.
That's a little
Maybe
Maybe you
bit.
should
The
have,
show
maybe you should have said
and
that
the
at start
comics
of
have
this.
split.
Oh yeah, and Carol's should be dead. Carol should be dead.
All right, so
She's dead in the comics.
now, guys, we have come to an end. We've had this glorious podcast with all of these amazing people. Fuck you. Everybody, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and thank all you amazing people who are willing to be here and be a part of this idea of mine.
Welcome.
I do appreciate you guys being
No,
here.
no.
It was a lot
Good.
of fun
I'm
for my
just so
first
being
ever.
late.
I like to do this again sometime.
Yeah,
this was a lot of
definitely.
fun for my first ever
Yeah.
We should do
podcast
this as a
experience.
regular thing.
Oh,
Yes.
like
Would
I
Do
anyone-
this as a,
Would anyone
do this as a
object to
regular
doing
thing.
like
That way we can get
vampires
more
or-
subscribers.
Vampires, I
Put
wouldn't object
AdSense
to
on
that.
our videos so we can get money.
Yeah.
I actually plan on doing podcasts about twice a month, every month, but with
cool.
different subjects on each subject.
But yeah, I was gonna say like we could do vampires, werewolves.
Yeah,
Werewolves. We can do maybe some political ideas, like that. Just
Yeah,
different
cool.
subjects for everything.
So,
Political ideas could be great because we have no idea what our political stances are.
I
We should
study
save-
political science, so
Absolutely.
I've got that covered. Yeah.
But
God shave the queen.
God,
God shame.
I thought you said that shape.
hey,
No,
Okay.
I did say
hey,
shave.
I'm not.
Yeah, you said shave.
I'm not.
God shake the queen.
Okay, come on, guys. Come on.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of our videos and us do more podcasts, tell us in the comments below. We would love to see that.
And
And
subscribe
you
to
can
us.
always subscribe to me and every single one of these amazing people here. I will put the annotations to all their accounts right now, right here, all over. Swaya. I'm being weird on screen, guys. Ignore me. Swaya. Either way, I hope you guys have a great time watching this video. And until next time, guys, shake and bake.